Good evening, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Surprise, I'm live. Just kind of kicking everything in. Hope you can hear me. Waiting for the TV to catch up. So, hope everyone's had a good week. Got a little thing here on the screen. Let's see. Here we go. Yep, there we go. All right. You got to hear me singing. All right. Well, I am live, I see, so we're gonna get going here. I'm going to play with hi mama. How are you? I got the nice windows open. It's 78 degrees. We got a cross breeze going. Got the fan going up ahead, so we'll see if it gets crazy if we decide to do some heat embossing. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and switch my camera around. All right. I wanted to quick show while people kind of logging in. Hi, Shirley. A card I made. I made this card Wednesday night. Well, Walter and Sean were live using some of the washi. Hi, Penny. Hi, Luann. This is the Rainy Day Creative Cards, and this was was it called Rainy Day? It's called Cloudy Skies Washi, and this was washi map number 2. Ooh, okay, I want to make sure it paused. So I made this quick card the other night. I just kind of thought I'd share this with you guys. Well, I was waiting. All right. So I know normally I was going live every other week. Who knows, maybe I'll go live every week. I heard Christopher say I was live tonight, so I thought, yeah, let's go live. I've got time. I know what to do. I wanted to show you guys quick. Here's the Marshmallow Bunny. That was part of the Monroe Madness. It was a freebie. Perfect car. Yes, I know. Oh, you're experiencing it right now, Penny. I am supposed to get them about 10 o'clock tonight. We're in a severe thunderstorm watch until 1 a.m., I believe. I know there was hailing out in Des Moines, but so here's the Marshmallow Bunny. And I did have the spring morning. I think that I put that over here. Let's see if I can find that quick. Da-da-da-da-da. I forgot to grab it before we went live. I don't know where it went, so maybe I can't share that one with you right now. All right, well, we might use the spring morning one tonight. So, but anyway, I use the Marshmallow Bunny tonight and we will see. Oh, yeah, there's going to be some strong gusts. I had my window open a little bit this afternoon and I came home and I had a picture frame in the window in my craft room here that doesn't have glass in it, but it was real little. It was on the floor, so I could tell that the wind came through. All right. Well, we're going to make a fun fold. One I've never made before. I don't even have measurements, so we're playing craziness. I'm hoping to make 2 cards. Getting some stuff set up here. We're going to start with the messiness. And we're going to start, because we're going to make a mini slim and a slimline card. The slimline card is just going to be plain. Let's see. So here is one of the slimline pre-cut panels. And then I did not use last month's stencil of the month very much, so I thought that I would use that tonight. I didn't necessarily want to use the jelly bean because I wanted a different look. So I'm just going to use this. We're just going to stick it down with some magnets. And I'm going to use some Creative Confections. I did not link this in the description box on the Bruce Monroe channel or my channel. All of the links are affiliate links, no cost to you, but I may earn a small commission. These products, I was sent some of these products I bought to use, so just thought I should get all that out of the way. But here's the strawberry swirl. I haven't used a lot of the confections. So I thought maybe I did this quick at lunch and thought we would use this tonight because I wanted a little something. I kind of wanted to use Pearl Candy Coat, but these were on my desk and I thought we would use these. Hi, Francie. How are you? So we're just we're just doing partial. We're going to cover some of this up. So it doesn't have to go very far. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just a little bit here and there. And then I'm going to be wild and crazy. We're going to pick it up. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to just put it, and I don't know if I was off camera. We're just going to set it back down here. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it down on the bottom. Now off camera here to the left, I have my stencil bucket. I don't have any of the stencil cleaner in it right now because I filled it up just before we went live, but I do have water in it and I'll throw some stencil cleaner in it later, and I'll probably let this soak overnight just because I'm lazy and I don't always clean them off till the next day. But so yeah, it's I know there's some crazy storms gonna be happening. It's warm, but we're gonna drop pretty cold. You know, we're supposed to drop down to almost, have almost freezing temperature. So some people might take this and you could actually squish this onto a piece of paper and get a stencil design, but I don't have a lot left over. So I'm just gonna go throw that in my bucket. And then I gotta grab a baby wipe. I have to keep those away because Fletch thinks all this stuff is fun to chew on. All right, so we're gonna pick that up. And then what I like to do is there's a bigger piece from the candy coat, so I'm gonna take that off. I like to go in and just I used to wipe it, but then I noticed that kind of hurt the design. So now I just kind of tap it. And I watched Amy R do that with her pastes. And I kind of just push the edges a little bit. And that kind of helps put those edges back in. So I'm gonna put this aside to dry. And wipe myself up. And then by the magic of television, we've got one ready to go. So I did I skipped a few things today. I got them pre-done because I figured you guys, some of it is the basics and, like die cutting. I did a little bit of heat embossing, but depending on what time we get to, we might do a little bit of that extra. All right, so through by the magic television, here is my panel. Oh, hi, Karen. Yeah, I like the strawberry swirl too. I haven't used a lot of them, to be honest with you, so I thought it'd be fun. I'm just like, look at that. Isn't it pretty? Well, that's a Sarah thing, Francie, so I had to steal it from her. So hopefully she won't be mad at me. So here's our panel. Then what I did for this card, where's my piece of paper? I took a piece of the spring floral paper pad, and we're going to just cut it down, and that's going to be kind of over the center. So we'll go our paper trimmer here. I do have some images, like I said, colored ahead of time, and I thought maybe we'd do a little watercoloring. Trying to use, this is almost all subscription products tonight. 3 inches, it's good to me because that's in half. But, so this is wider than 3, so we're going to cut that down too. Because I like my, panels to be, let's see, we're going to do a little bit off each side. So let's do a little bit off this side, and we're going to do most of it off this side because I didn't do it perfect on that side. All right, there we go. So we got 3, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and trim off about 1 inch. See what that looks like. Oh, I think that works. That's what I want. I mean, it's fun. I mean, you could use any side you want, to be honest with you. I mean, even that's kind of fun. Which one do we like better? Do we like this side better? Or do we like this side better? Hi, Susan. Yes, happy live. Kind of wish that, like I said, that the camera, my iPhone would not autofocus like that. I don't love that. Does anyone have any choices? Do you like the spring flower version or like the daisy side better? You guys tell me. Trim off just a little bit, it looks like. Didn't quite get it perfectly. There. I don't know. I'm almost kind of liking the daisies now more than the spring flowers. Okay, well, here's my thoughts. I took a piece of pink lemonade cardstock. Oh, I took a piece of flamingo cardstock. I'm sorry. I did flamingo, not pink lemonade. And I die cut it. So I'm going to actually cut down my panel because I want to make, we're going to make a pink card base. So we're going to cut off 4 inches because that's what a mini slimline card, the first side. Okay, Shirley likes the first side. That's this side. This is the first side. So A will be up here, B will be low. So I've got an A. And we're going to score this. I'm going to score it at 3.5, because then we'll have a little bit of that pink showing. Anybody else? Nobody else. We'll choose Shirley's option. I mean, I love this paper. I'm excited to, I mean, I want it to rain tomorrow so that, hi, Jamie, so that I can spend all day in my craft room, but I also don't want it to rain tomorrow because I want to take, Fletch and I have been going for an hour walk on Saturday mornings. Well, I should say I go for a walk and he runs and runs and runs and gets so tired that he's pooped the rest of the day. So there, that's what we're going to put it on here like this. A. So I think we'll go with A2. Okay, so there's our thing. We're going to have to put it all together yet. All right. I'm going to put my little magnet on it. And then I also took a piece of the flamingo cardstock and I die cut it with the die of the month, which are these amazing, is it elegant eggs? And I took I took them all apart and I used some washi tape to put the inside piece together with it. You can't decide you like both. Well, we'll go with this one. And then so here's the inside piece of that. I can't save that for something else. And then I have this awesome frame. But what I did is, that's what I wanted to show you guys, is let's see if we can see this on camera. Here's the cardstock plain. Okay, I know I got a little bit of shadow from that light when it's by my camera. And here it is with, let's see if I can get it in the light here just enough. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, light. Let's see if we can move that light because it's shining on my, let's see if you see it together. There you go. You can see the difference. See the difference? It's a little bit darker. And what I did is I used some of that marshmallow bunny embossing powder on it, which deepened it and gave it that fun shine. So that's kind of what we got there going. So we're going to go ahead and start. Let's get this put together. And then we'll get our images going. And then we'll decide if we want to use the watercolor images or if we want to use the alcohol marker color images. I already have everything on watercolor alcohol marker colored because I figured you guys didn't want to watch me color that. I did very simple coloring, not a lot of blending. I used some tri-blend markers for the most part, except my bunnies, which I used my Olo markers. And I think I used one green Olo marker. So we'll get that out. And I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of both liquid glue and tape runner glue because, or adhesive, I guess, because I have all this chunkiness and it tends to, okay, let's see if this is going to work tonight. It tends to stick better if you use both. There we go. I just find that I like to use a little bit of both glues. And of course, my glue might be almost empty. So I hope everyone's had a great week this week. Let's see, pull out another glue. I have several glue. Oh, yeah, this is my old glue. That's why. That one's like old. That's not my even good. There we see. Look at that. Didn't even grab the right glue. All right. It was a kind of a long, short week. That's hard to say, but it felt like it took a long time to get to Friday. And then once Friday came, I was like, wow, it went by really fast. Did anyone get up and watch the eclipse last night? I did not. Oh, I'm going to move that over just a hair. Just a hair so we cover up that white. All right. So there's the preference of our card. And I have a little overhang here. We'll cut that off a little bit later. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this down. Now, something that's fun is you could put this down and you could do some very thin pop tape, or you could cut a few of these out and stack them together to make it, you know, like a frame. but I don't want to use that much extra pink. I like pink, but we're just going to go ahead and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue around this reminds me of the magic mirror, like the Wicked Queen's magic mirror. I'm not going to worry about the edges so much. And then we're going to watercolor our images and then we'll decide which ones we like the best with this. Go ahead and put our magnets down on there. Okay. Let's see. We better put our glue thingies back in here. So I don't want to forget to, I know that well, supplies last, there was a freebie Friday that was the clovers. And I wanted to remember there was the duo foil it. I don't remember if it was called St. Patty's Day that Christopher showed us all last night. You just happened to wake up at 3 a.m. and look. You know what? I got up about that time too, but I didn't even think to go look. And I didn't know if we were going to be able to see it. So, all right. I've got my images here. Let's grab my stick and stamp mat. I got my new anniversary party one out here. I saw the last one. It was a little earlier, but I don't know. I was tired. I went to bed and just fell asleep. All right, now these can be I mean, look at how sticky this is. I mean, it does not fall off my hands. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to, if you see the little camera, I'm just going to touch it to my outfit once or twice. I have not heard anything else yet, Francie. I have not asked anything else yet because I know he said it was going to be a little bit. I didn't think it was going to be before April anyway. All right. See, and look at how sticky that still is. It's super sticky still. So I just wanted you guys to know that I do not have a blending buddy on here. I'm going to go ahead and I used the aqua pigment paper that came in the box to stamp my images. This is the stamp of the month. It is called, I didn't remember the name. I have it here. It is called Extra Hops. And Stamp Club Plus came with a die this month. And then I used the Big Bunny from the Hip Hop Hooray, which came in the box. Hi, Tia. And I stamped them in Raven Detail ink, covered them in Icicle embossing powder, which is my favorite when I'm watercoloring. You like the daisy side best? Oh, Susan, I'm sorry. We already glued it down. That's okay. We've got the daisy. I mean, we still have the daisy. All right, these 3 little aqua pigments, and I am going to use these. I was going to pull up my big jars, but you get a peach, a magenta, and a turquoise. We're going to use these tonight, and I'm going to shake my peach up a little bit because it probably settled because it's shipping, you know, and sits. Grab my little palette out here. We're just going to stick this right on. I'm going to actually use this side because it's easier for me and I can see it. And we're just going to drop a little bit on. We're just going to use these colors to paint, and then I am going to grab one other color if that's okay. I'm going to grab a green because we have a little bit of greenery. And then I thought maybe we would add a little bit of pearl for our bunnies. Uh-oh. Tornado warning just went off for your county. It looks like it's east of me by a few miles and moving away. All right, Penny. Well, if you need to go, you go. Be safe. You like the bee best. Yes. I glued it down already. All right. Let's grab my green. Where's my green? Oh, I don't want that green. I want regular green. There it is. Yeah, be safe, Penny. I can hear the wind starting to pick up a little bit. And then we're going to do my version of watercoloring because I am not a watercolorist by any means. I call it lazy watercoloring. What we're going to do, and I've got my little cheaters here. Let's move this off to the side. I don't think my phone lets me zoom in. Nope, it doesn't. But I can make it go down a little bit. Just don't get sick on me if you. Okay. Oh, did I not heat emboss that? I think I didn't heat emboss the whole thing. Oh man. Oh well. It's fine. It'll be fine. We're going to make it. I didn't notice that. I thought it was set. That's okay. So we're going to wet this down. It's just going to run a little bit. This is my lazy watercolor. Yeah, I did not set that all the way last night. I must have been too tired. So we're going to grab some of that magenta and we're just going to drop it in. And I'm going to drop it in down here. And I kind of just try to let the watercolor do itself. So we're going to do this fairly quickly. I'm not going to do a lot of shading. Move away from Penny. Yes, 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 yes. Move away from Penny. So like I said, I wet down the area I want to color. I'm going to wet down this whole area because it's small. And then I'm just going to drop in the color. And just let it do its thing. We're not doing any mixing or anything. You can, but that's tonight. We're not going to do a lot of it because I want them to dry fairly quickly. And then for some fun, we're going to add that blue. Like I said, this for some reason did not set right in that one spot, which is very weird. Right there, we're going to put the blue. And right here, because we're going to matchy colored eggs. And then I'm going to grab the color and we're going to put the peach right there. I have way too much water in that, so we're going to have to let that dry a little bit. Okay, and we're going to put a little bit of peach in the bunny ears. Okay, so I'll bring that up closer so you can kind of see it. And so you can see where it's shiny here and not up here, so I did not heat emboss that for some reason. Well, accidents happen. All right, so now we're going to go up in here. I was wondering why it had all this embossing powder on it. And we're going to drop our peach in the eardrop. Grab a cloth here to dry my towel off. And then I'm going to go ahead and paint the whole egg. And I think what I'm going to do this time is we're going to paint the whole egg pink. That's what I mean by lazy watercoloring. Okay. Now the heat embossing. Oh, that's really good, Penny. It's never good when you hear things like that. I mean, there was one time my son was visiting me at work. This is like 7 years ago. And he left. He stopped to see me at work quick and he left. And within under a minute, the siren went off, the fire siren went off. And I could tell it was a big accident and it freaked me out because I was like, oh my gosh, he just left, he just left, he just left. But fortunately, obviously it wasn't him, but it just still kind of, gets you upset for a little bit. All right, so all I did was add the pink everywhere and then I added that blue to that center point. Now we're gonna grab this peach and we're gonna do the peach everywhere. And these are gonna dry back. So they're not gonna be super diluted, which I'm okay with. And then I'm gonna I don't wanna do the blue there, sorry. Penny is in Missouri. Hope that's okay to say, Penny. I know you've said it before. So she's south of me. By a lot. I mean, because I'm in Iowa. I mean, we're a few hours away. Quite a few hours away. It'd take me a day to get down to see her. But that's because I live in near no big major roads, so it would take me a while. Yeah, mid-Missouri. And then, yeah, see, here's some stuff that I must not have heat embossed that either. Wow. I failed at that last night. Right in the middle of the state near the capital of Jefferson City. Okay, there you go. We're going to grab that blue and we're just going to paint the whole thing blue. Because, you don't have to paint these different colors. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to grab this pearl, the pearl I was telling you about. I'm going to shake it a little bit. Yeah, I had to make sure I shut 90% of the windows because we opened a bunch of windows tonight. And then I'll probably leave the couple that are above my bed open. They're not open very much. They go out and they're only open about that much. But we'll see. That may end up getting shut too. Because it kind of depends on the rain, what kind of rain we get. So I'm just going to add a little bit of pearl to those little things there. And then this is where I'm going to grab the pearl and we're going to paint our bunnies. Because I decided I don't want chocolate bunnies this time. I want little shiny pearly bunnies. Okay. And then while this is drying, we're going to make our other card, and then we'll come back and decide which bunny we're going to use on our card. Okay, there we go. And then because I want them white, I'm just painting the whole thing. I don't care if his eyeballs get shiny. I want the whole thing. I'm like I said, lazy watercolor. And then we do need to grab a little peach and throw a little peach in right there. Oh yeah, if that was the worst thing that happens, especially because once it dries, I can brush off that powder. I mean, no one's really going to know, right? Unless you paid attention that I did that. All right. I'm not worried about a little embossing powder. The reason I put the embossing powder on there, a little bit of shine, but also so that it just, I got embossing powder on my stick and stamp mat though, so that makes me sad, is more so that I can, it has like those little gutters. And that kind of keeps the watercolor from going outside the lines, which is helpful for me because I'm not precise enough. And when I'm coloring live, I don't go slow. I kind of go fast. I'm doing a fast watercolor. So it's been a while since I've done a watercolor YouTube. I did some lilies like a year. I think that was like a year ago last spring. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun with that. So I should find something to do. All right, so we added a little green. Now we need one last. I think I'm going to try to mix these together. Oh, look at that purple. And we're going to paint this whole thing purple. I love it. Yeah, for some reason it didn't set. Maybe the ink dried too fast. Sometimes that happens to me. I'm sure do like the way whatever you put through the stencil turned out. Oh yeah, it does. When did you get your new box? Oh, my the box of the inspiration box. I got mine a little bit early, so that I could start making samples for you guys. But I got mine, I don't know if I got it on Saturday, if I got it on, I don't remember exactly what day I got it. Okay, so I am going to leave this one alone. I think I might grab a little bit of blue and just kind of dot these to kind of darken them. But I think that I'm going to leave that and call it good. Okay, so we're going to let these guys dry. And while this is drying, we're going to go ahead and make our second card, and then we'll come back and finish this one, if that's okay. It does look like the Queen's Mirror. I mean, it's a beautiful die. I love last week's lace layers, and I like this. And I never got to use the border dies because they sold out so quickly. So I really never used them in a project, because I did not. I got them a little bit later that time because my shipping was being weird. And then I didn't. So I love the decorations because they can be used for so many things. I want to tell you guys that I just learned something kind of fun about this. So this is what my aqua pigments come in. We also get our stamp of the month in these. I used to throw these packages away all the time. And I'm sorry, camera's like that. I have now learned that if you want to save them, you can save them empty. This is the perfect thing to put your extra dies in, to put or your extra images in with your stamp set. And I will show you what I mean. So I was working on a Christmas event that I didn't do early last year, and I have a bunch of die cuts and then some like little tiny bits, and they were in my little cup. And look, now they're in. This was my packaging for the stamp of the month, and so now I can flip this in with the stamp set, and then they're not loose, and they're exactly where, or the die set, so they're exactly where I want them to be. So I wanted to give you that tip that I learned not too long ago. I can't remember exactly who I learned it from, but she talked about saving these pieces to put her little bits in, and then she sticks them in like the pad. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys that tip because I just started doing that, thinking about all those bags I threw away. The little bags. Okay, so for our second card, this is going to be a fun fold, and we're going to play together. I've never made one of these. They were the bomb. Like, Francie. All right, so I just cut down some cardstock to 7 by 6 1/4 because that's my favorite from Mini Slim. And we're gonna score it at 3 1/2, like I normally would for a regular Mini Slim card. We're gonna make a tri-fold card. Like I said, I've never made one like this before, but we're gonna see how it works. You guys are my guinea pigs because I'm really excited about what I did. All right, so then 3 1/2 again. Okay. Now this is where I think you could totally play with however you wanted to do this. I may have to, it may be a little bit different, but we're gonna make it work. Okay, so this would be how it would normally be. Now, if you look, it's kind of, one's kind of perfect. By the time, oh, let's move this back up. Okay, close your eyes if you get seasick, because I'm gonna move you up a little bit. Give you a little bit more room to see my desk. Okay, what I wanna do is I'm gonna trim off just a hair off one of these. Let's see, this, it doesn't matter because they're the same. Just a hair. Like I said, this is gonna be, I might not have done this right, but we'll make it work. Because I'm playing with this. Okay. So now when I put them together and they shut, they'll fit better, okay? So that's my idea for my mechanism. Now I already pre-cut this card panel out and I realized that that wasn't gonna work. So we're gonna have to do a little die cutting. I hope you guys are okay with that. Let me grab my panel. I've got stuff sitting here to play with and it's, where is my panel? Oh. Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh no, you guys, I had it all ready to go and now it seems to have disappeared. Let's go through the box. All right, we need this. I'm gonna flip through this box one more time because I put it here. All right, well, we're gonna redo it because I don't know what I did with it. We are going to use the dies, and I thought this is the fun part of this. I'll probably find it just as I finish this up. Sorry, I'm just tweaking one more time because I wanted to save some time with this. All righty. We have these 3 egg dies. So my panel is, oh, here it is. I told you I'd find it. All right, through the magic of television, here's the panel we're going to use. So I did use an embossing folder it's a Spellbinders embossing folder. It's called Tufted. I've been dying for this embossing folder and it's a 3D embossing powder and I love it. Isn't it so pretty? But my idea is, okay, we might have to shut some windows. It's getting windy. Is that we're going to put this here and then we're going to open it up inside and it's going to just be fun. We're going to use some of this paper for fun. But what I wanted to do is we're going to use, this is the back page for our paper, right? See? We're going to use these little squares as our eggs. See? They're perfect. They're tinier. I mean, rather than the big pattern, we've got this tiny little pattern. So let's use this up. I never use this. So we're going to cut it down. Okay. I'm shutting the window behind me, guys, because it's getting a little wild. I thought last night when I was looking at this, I'm like, this is perfect. All right. Thank you. Hi, Sister Annie. I had seen both my sisters and my mom tonight. So I don't want to use the egg pattern per se, because I think that's kind of on the nose, but we'll see. See, now look, see how it works? It just lines up perfectly. Look at how fun that is. That's okay, Nikki. We are just kind of getting Oh, thank you. I don't know, when I was playing with it, I didn't know what I was going to do. I was thinking, I don't want to make a shaker card. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I wonder if those will work. And I'm like, perfect. I mean, you wouldn't have to use this paper pad per se. We've got, how many other paper pads are there out there? You know, all of the paper pads have this on the back, or the most recent ones do. So it's a great way to use them up. Or if you didn't want to do this, just use the just use the little egg and you could die cut them out and you'll have all these little eggs. So we're going to grab that one. We're going to grab the zigzag one. So I didn't want to do any of this ahead of time because I thought this was the fun part, was figuring it all out. So we've got the zigzag. Let's see here. Get this card up base out of the way for right now. I think it's dry. We'll finish that one in a minute. So we've got the zigzag. And we've got this one. And what other ones do we have here? I mean, I know some people like to use this side that has all the fun stripy patterns too, but I thought this was just kind of fun. Okay, there's a lot more egg patterns than this one. So we are going to use a couple of the egg patterns, but I'm going to use the ones that don't necessarily look like eggs. All right, we've got that one. I think we're going to use this one because even though these are the lots of little eggies, it's hard to see them because it's such a busy pattern. And then last but not least, we'll use this one. No, this is not smaller, Linda. This is the back page. This is the back page to this paper pad. It's the page that was on the back. See like this page? This is the back to the spring floral pad. This is the back to the Easter egg pad. So I'm just the back, remember the back shows you all the patterns you can use that are in the paper pad. So I'm just cutting it up. So it's a 6x6. So it's a 6x6 paper pad, but it just has that back page that has all the patterns on it. That's what, see, and I still have this big piece that I can use. I mean, this isn't horrible, but I don't like the black lines through it per se for my eggs. So, hi, Sarah. Did you hear us talking about you? We were just talking about how I'm cutting up the back of my paper pad, the little squares, to make my Easter eggs. So now I got to get all the pieces because I'm going to save all these little pieces. I'll just stick it in my box. And Penny said she was thinking about you and how you probably were going to do that soon. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to grab some of this tape runner. Like I said, I already cut this out through. Originally, my thought was that these were going to be the holes to the second page, but then I can't do what I wanted to do. So we're going to still make a trifold card, but we're going to make it a little bit different. Okay. So, oh yeah, the mini pad. I'm sorry. Let me see. How big are those squares that you cut out? Oh, Francie, these are 1¼ by 1¼ About 1¼ is what it is. I barely trimmed off any of it. Okay, I'm sorry, Linda, I missed it. Let me scroll up. I'm sorry, Linda, I missed what you were saying. Okay, let me go up and ask. Okay. All right. Is this smaller than the mini pads? These squares are smaller than the mini pads, if that's what, if I'm understanding you correctly. I have a mini pad, I'll show you. Here is the mini pad. And here are the little squares that come off the back. Does that make sense? Does that help answer, Linda? I'm sorry. It totally just came to me last night as a total whim. So we're just going to look at these and I think this brownie one has to go to the outside. And I think we're going to put that one. Yeah, I think we're going to do it like this. Okay. So this guy's going to go in the center. And I did not center these eggs perfectly. Oh, you know what I was gonna do? Actually, I lied. I wasn't gonna do it this way, but that we're gonna do it that. I was gonna make them float, but that's okay. And then we're just gonna stick them all down like this. Oh yeah, that other one is that was it was part that was fun for like the advent calendar, the little tiny paper pad. And it was fun. And then it was available separately to buy as well. And I love it. There's two of them. That one is the shimmering snowflake one. So it's a 2x2, I think is what it is. Is that what it is? Yes. And I'll show you, Nikki. Here, Nikki, see? Little pieces of paper. Aren't they pretty? They're just like, they've got like little snowflakes on them. And I mean, look at how tiny that piece is. Woohoo! Those are the different patterns on each one. So, and then there was a Christmas one that was like red and green. That's on the other side of the room though. Okay, so here is our panel. Isn't that fun, you guys? Like, think of the other little shapes. You could do balloons that way. If you had a little balloon, you could make balloons. I mean, what a great way to use the back of your paper pad up. So this is the front of our card, and I am going to do white on white. Okay, so let us get that on, and I'm going to go ahead and glue it down so I don't forget. Like I said, this was my idea in my head, but it didn't quite, we changed it a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and put the glue down right on those so that they stick. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to line it up and eyeball the top and bottom. A little bit of a white border on the top and bottom. And then eyeball it across. So like I said, I used that Spellbinders Tufted. And I didn't get it perfect, so we can cut that off here in just a minute. And then, like I said, I just lined each of the eggs up. Now, what you also could do is you could cut them directly out of your card front and then put, what I was thinking of doing is putting it, how was I supposed to do this now? Yes, so that, and then you could just cut them out of your card front and put one piece of pattern paper. And so when you lifted it up, that pattern paper was there. That's what we're gonna do for some fun, is we're gonna go ahead and add some glue or add some tape runner. And I did a full on panel. You could probably get away with, you know, there's other ways to maybe make a trifold card like this, but I wanted to do it this way. And what I'm going to do is we're just going to butt it up against, and I cut it down just a little bit. And then we've got, so there we go. So here's our little mini, and you could also do it this way to make a mini trifold card. Now, I'm sure I could have scored it and everything to probably figure that out, but I didn't. Francie, it has been on my list forever. And I had to order something for the pup. And I happened to find it from Spellbinders on Amazon. And so I bought it. And then, you know, the sad part is somebody was destashing it later that day for half the price. And I was like, I just bought it. Okay. So here, we're going to grab that daisy paper you guys liked so much. And we're going to put that on right here. And that's going to go on the inside. I think that's fun. Use up the paper we already cut. Time is flying, guys. It's already 7:45. I can't believe it, but I'm getting warm. I am ready to put on some shorts and a tank top. I wore my dress for you guys. Oh no, I won't lose those egg dyes. They're actually going to be right there in my little bin. I will not lose them. I'm pretty good. I usually go in and check on the pup and Tom after my live, and then I come up and clean up, and then I usually go to bed. But it is Friday, so it's not like I have to go to bed right away. I don't have to I mean, I can sleep in till at least 8 o'clock tomorrow. That's about as late as Fletch ever lets me sleep. Just eyeballing it from side to side so that we have this fun fold. So we got our little Easter eggs. Like I said, it's not lined up perfectly. I mean, I would, you know, you could take your time and line them up perfectly, but I just thought it's fun like this. And then there's that. Hi, Faith. Hi, Lori. Did you guys, oh, destashing Nikki? That means when there's some destash groups out there where people sell, if you're questioning, do people do it? Yes, they do it. But And sometimes that's where I find stuff that is retired. Um, but it just happened to pop up on my screen. I saw that you guys were somewhere fun without me. I'm so sad. My friend Lori and Faith. But I also saw you guys had some hail. Or I saw Faith said she had some hail. I'm very sad that I'm not with you. It's okay though. I still have to send you those photos, Lori. Yeah, I know. I saw that. The storm is headed my way. I knew you were in Johnston. So there we go. There's that part. All right. And this is where we got to finalize our cards. So we've got our front, or we got our big slim line and our mini slim fun fold. The reason we did a fun fold is because that is the CYOE challenge this month, to do a fun fold of some sort or a fold of some sort on a project. Oh, guys, we lost my bunny. We lost a bunny. Let's get this out of the way so I can find my bunny. I don't have anywhere to put this so it doesn't ruin my desk. There we go. I lost a bunny. All right, I pre-colored some bunnies. So here is one of the bunnies we colored. I pre-dye colored and die cut it out. And I lost the other fun bunny set, so we're probably going to use the aqua pigment ones. Oh, here he is. So here are my Olo colored ones, or my fun colored ones. I'm trying to figure out how to send them to you, Lori, because there's too many. It doesn't like it. I should have airdropped them to you. So we've got those, and then let's pull our colored bunnies. Here they are. They're dry. I'm going to bend my stick and step mat back on it. I mean, you can do it this way, but usually you do it this way. And then see how it pops itself off? And this is plastic to plastic, so it's very sticky. But bend it back on itself. And then I can just peel off my little pieces of paper. Now I'm just bending it. I'm not creasing it, I'm bending it. Yeah, there's a line of stores that are headed my way. Like I said, I think most of them are more south, like Dubuque area. That's about 45 minutes or 30 minutes south of me. They're going to hit the Dyersville area where the Field of Dreams is. But because I think there's like a hill, there's like this little valley 6 miles south of our town. It seems like everything hits there and goes, pew. So, all right. Pepper demands 8 a.m. breakfast. Oh, Nikki, I am lucky if I can get up at 8, usually 7:30, but I don't mind getting up between about as late as 7:30 because we get our walk in and we come home and eat. He doesn't eat until after he comes back from, because he likes to run and run and run and run and run. But then I get things done. If I find I sleep in, I don't get anything done, whether it's if I want to do some baking or if I want to do some cleaning or if I want to do my craft room. So, okay, so we've got these images here. I'm kind of thinking, I don't know which ones we like. I'm thinking for the bunny, this one, we're going to kind of need to use the bunny here. And I think I'm going to use this guy here, and then we'll put the sentiment right below. And I think we're going to pop it up. So I'm going to put this guy off to the side. We'll save him for another day. Actually, no, we're going to use this little sentiment. This is from this. I haven't got that done. That says Happy Spring. Yes, Mother Nature flexing. And then I've got some of the foam tape. I'm going to cut that down. We just need to have a little pop on this. Little pop. Oh, yes, he does, Lori, but he loves me more. I have figured out, I think the reason he likes other dogs, but whenever we get close to the other dogs, as soon as he gets past the dog and they're smelling each other, he starts growling. And I think it's because the dog is closer to his mommy and he doesn't like that. Not that the dog is being mean or anything, but he's just very, very particular, and he's very protective of his mom. So I was a good doggy mommy today. I came home from lunch and I pulled up in front of the house and I opened the back door of the car, and he saw me come in with the back door open, and he knew what that meant. And his little tail was I call it helicoptering, because it was just going around in circles. And I said, now you're going to listen to mommy, right? And you're going to get right in the car. We're not going to run away, because we have kitties in the neighborhood. And I was just like, please, no cars, nobody. I looked both ways before I opened the door, and he took like off Like he was on fire and jumped right in the truck. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. So I quick ran over and then I took him to this, we have this little area outside of town. Took him to the Rock Church, which, excuse me, Lori knows what that is. And Faith might know what that is. And we went there and he went running through the fields chasing bunnies. And I have never seen him panting so hard in my life on the way back. He ran to the truck and just laid and just stood there looking at me like, hurry up and get back here, Mom. I'm ready to go. He was so excited. Oh, you lost me for a minute. Noelle, I will tell you that the Brutus Monroe dies are very easy to line up, in my opinion. They're the easiest dies to line up. They are so simple to just, you see the even, I mean, you can see an even edge all the way around and they just work really, really well. I'm thinking, I don't think I want to put this guy here because but I do like these extra bunnies. So I think we're going to put this guy in here. We're going to use both of these images and then we'll put this guy on the inside. We're going to put a sentiment right here. I have found that, I mean, I'm not saying that I cut them out perfectly, but I rarely have a mishap happen with the Brutus Monroe dies. They've got the perfect amount of space that you can line it up, in my opinion, so that you can see the edges all the way around. It seems like a lot of other dies, some of them, they're a little close. And so when you go to line them up, you might be off just a hair. And then I always use a little bit of washi tape to hold them in place. So, and then this guy we're going to put on the inside. And we're going to add a sentiment or two, and then we're going to call it good for tonight before the storms head this way. So we'll put this little guy in here. Now, I did not stamp out any of the extra sentiments, so I'll show you, Noelle, how that works because, oh, I don't know. What do I have for dies that will, sentiment dies? Let me think. Let's look here. I have one. Where's that one I was thinking? No, they don't. I'm not showing that. I think I have one that will work for this stamp set that has a sentiment right now. Sorry, I thought I just kind of peek quick. Oh, we're just going to stamp one from the stamp set. Sorry, I thought I had one because I know this stamp set, the small stamp set had one, but the big stamp set just had them for the images. So we're going to go ahead and do I'll do the small one. We're going to do a Happy Easter. Happy Easter. And then I will do I'll do the small one and kind of show you what I'm talking about. Okay, and we're going to go rogue. I'm going to use a stamp block, you guys. All right. Where did I put my ink pad? I moved it. All right. Let me ink up my stamp here. I'm going to press it in real good because I think it's dry. I'm going to use this one because I think that one was a little too dry. All right. Hopefully, cross your fingers that I don't ruin this. Oh yeah, we're going to stamp it off one. That's what we're going to do. We're going to stamp it off one. Check it out. Yeah, see, it's a brand new stamp. So I wanted to stamp it off once, make sure it gets nice and conditioned. Then we're going to wipe it and then we'll do it again. I could tell by looking at it that I didn't have a lot of black ink, and that's okay that it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be. It does not have to be perfect. Actually, what we'll do is we'll heat emboss it. How does that sound? That's what I want to do. We're going to add some of that lovely embossing powder from the spring, the embossing powder of the month. See, nothing like changing your mind at the last minute. It's a clear one too. I mean, it's got clear in it. So, and then I'm just going to let it sit there for a minute. Francie, I don't do it very good. Yeah, we're off-roading. I don't do it very good, but I know they said sometimes if you just let it sit there, it kind of helps suck in the paper a little bit. So it's not perfect. It's not perfect by any means, but we don't need it to be perfect because we're going to add some shimmer. Let's add some of the Spring Morning embossing powder. And that will help cover up any imperfections, plus the fact that, you know what, it's a homemade card, so imperfections are okay. Now, I think, Nikki, were you the one talking about the glitter blowing off the other day? So what I will do, this one will be harder to do because it's underneath, but I find that when my glitter, my embossing powder that has glitter in it blows away and you get covered in it, which is just known for this, that if you heat it from the top to start, sometimes that glitter blows off. So a lot of times I'll heat it from underneath. So I'm going to start my heat tool. And then instead of going, and I do this with the triple thick, is I'll do it from underneath a little bit to kind of get it warming up. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to like put it at an angle. Because sometimes you can see, but I have double thickness, so it's, and then when I go through the top, it doesn't blow all of it off. Oh, actually, I love how that turned out. See, happy accident. Look at how fun that is. And there's just a hint of purple. It's gonna be there. We'll see that. It's a, you can't see the purple on camera, but you can see it in there. Exactly. Hallmark is them all. Exactly. So he got our triple slim card, which I think is super fun. And then I'm going to put the magnet on that so you can kind of see it. Oh, there it says. And then we have this one. And this is our Happy Easter. And I wanted to do one more. I'm going to do another Happy. What did we do? Happy Easter on the inside? Oh, we did. But I wanted to show you. I will stamp out. If you guys give me another minute or so, I will stamp out a one of these and show Nikki what I was talking about. Let me find my stuff. It's always a huge crafter bath in my room after a live. All right. This is not perfect blends. Let's find some perfect blends. Okay. So here's some perfect blend paper. Now I need a Misty. There it is. Thank you. Dragon Scale left me gold for days. I don't have that one. That sounds fun. There's been a few I don't have. So I was going through my friend Lori, who was just on. She had, I was at her house crafting, I don't know, a while ago. I think it was even a Brutus Moreau event that I was doing. She was crafting on just normal, her other stuff. And I didn't bring any embossing powder with me. So I was using hers and I went and looked in the bucket and she had bought an embossing powder mystery bundle. And I started looking through it and I'm like, oh, I love these. I've never seen these. And I was pretending that they were going to all come home with me. There was some very fun. There was a purple, I believe, that was to die for. And, you know, her and I being Viking fans, you know. Okay, so let's get a magnet on here. Oh, no, Nikki, it is not magnetic. I will, here, I can show you really quick. It's a mess. Let me show you. On my channel, Nikki, which I know you subscribe to, I appreciate it. Thank you. I did link it in my description box. The magnets that I use. And then I saw somebody else talking about this. I bought it off Amazon. That's where these magnets came from. I have a metal. Oops. I have three metal plates that I bought. They're like $6. And I just duct taped them on. I mean, I just taped it on. So I do have this linked on my channel in my description box. And then I think I said how I magnetized it. I just used packing tape to tape it on. This is just shelf liner to keep it from, I took all the feet off my mat, and now it's just flat on my desk. And I did 3 because I could probably have done 4 and done the whole thing, but 3 works for me. And then, like I said, you just use regular magnets. That works for me until Brutus Monroe gets out their mat, and then I can use that. So It was not my idea. Somebody else talked about it on in like I don't know, Stamp Junkies or somewhere, and I saw it, and I'm like, and they talked about what that exact magnet, that piece of metal, and I mean it's very very thin piece of metal, and it's thinner than my Misty mouse pad. So, and I really like it. It's nice. I didn't buy any of the big bar magnets yet because I'm reluctant to spend. I don't know if it's $15 on one of those. I mean, they're probably worth it. I just bought two of these. And these are from the magnetic board store. And just to make sure it would work. So anyway, let's stamp out. I have not used this image yet. So let's stamp out this big image. And then I will show you how easy it is to die cut it out. If I can find my ink pad. I need a bigger desk. Oh yeah. No, it works for me for now. I don't like the black matte. I do not like this being black. I think I would prefer a gray or a white because then I can you see the colors. Like I can't see my colors if I want to ink smush on it. So I have to get out like a white craft mat or something, and I don't want to have to do that. So that's the only thing I don't like about it. And I know there's this white spot on this side, but I work in the center. So, but I love this. I've had this for years now, and I wouldn't, it's great. It's a great, great thing. So, all right. So there we got our cute little bunnies. And now I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is. They are, Penny, or they are, Francie, and the magnets are too. But this was, I remember I bought this at Scrap Mania in Cedar Rapids at a fairly good price when they first came out. And I kept it like in the box. I traveled with it every time I moved. I kept the box and all the little corner pieces to keep it nice. It never moves off my desk, but and a magnetic one would be nice, but my desk isn't big enough for one of those. And I'm frugal is the word my mother would say. My dad and I are the same way. Hi, Fletch. Hi, puppy. Fletch is here, you guys. All right. Anyway, I digress. We're going over a little bit. That would be, you know what, Francie, that would work too, but I got this one. It works. So here, I'm gonna, okay, don't get sick, guys. I'm gonna bring this down. You are okay. Go see daddy. He's whining at mommy. All right. So here it is. So all you have to do is you just eyeball it, and I look at both sides. I look all the way around and just say is that you can see that there's just enough white space there. And then I tape it good. I try not to tape to the inside. And this is very inexpensive. This is actually from Fairly Arts. So it's very thin kind of washi tape. And then I tape it all the way around. So you can kind of see, Nikki, see how it's, I mean, to me, eyeballing it, it looks like the white is almost perfect all the way around. That's how nice the Brutus Monroe dies are, in my opinion. They think they are the best ones out there. And obviously, I don't have every company's dies out there in the world, but they are my favorite. And then I'll quick cut this out. And then pop it out. See, this tape cuts so simple, cuts right through it. It just peels off. So I try not to put too much of it on my images. And then look, see? Yeah, it leaves just enough space. And then, like I said, taping them down with a low tap tape is very helpful. Even if you have a magnetic thing, it's very, very helpful if you can do, that kind of thing. So, all right, you guys. Well, that's probably about it for now for me. I was just checking something out that Penny had told me a little sneaky peek about like where people might be watching from. I hope you guys all had a great evening. Oh, I think I was talking about CYOE challenge is a fun fold or a fold, do some sort of fun. Take your take your oval shape and put a fold into it and put it on your thing, and it's a fold. It works. You could hide something underneath, so it doesn't have to be anything Fancy. Thank you. So we've got our fun fold. We've got our slimline card using all sorts of fun stuff. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you very much. Don't forget Freebie Friday through Sunday night while supplies lasts. I think is Monroe Madness still kind of happening too, where there's I think that is I think there's another day or so on that. I will. You guys have a great evening. I will see you next week, and I will have more of the maybe we'll play the rainy day release next week because I will have some of that. Um, or we'll play with more bunnies. So you guys have a great evening, and I will see you soon. Bye now.